Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Roll Jump Media Podcast. I am joined by my co-host Andres and my recurring panelists Jose and Luis. What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday morning.
Happy Saturday, everyone.
Today, the news items that we're going to be going over: the Animal Crossing Summer Update number 2. We're going to be talking about Xbox Game Pass Ultimate's value to consumers. And we're going to be briefly going over news such as Cuphead coming to PS4, the upcoming Marvel Avengers beta, and Halo multiplayer becoming free to play. Lastly, at the very end, if we have time, we will be giving our opinions on the GOTY nominees from 2018 and 2019. But before we do all that, we got to talk about what we've been playing. So, in the usual order, let's go ahead and start talking about what we've been playing during the past week.
But as usual, it started. Um, as usual, I'm playing Animal Crossing a few minutes every day, just getting like the mid miles and uh, selling stuff and digging up fossils. I did, what was it? I think it was on Wednesday. I did spend more time on Animal Crossing trying to catch the bugs that I needed to catch and going to different islands. Yesterday, because there's a new update, in Animal Crossing.
Right.
Uh, there's streaming now. I tried doing that, but I think you need like a code now to go to the island. So that didn't really work out.
Hmm.
And what else? Other than that, mm, Apex. I think I played a little bit of Apex this week. Again, just like last week, like I said, I haven't really spent much time on Apex,
Mm-hmm.
really because I've been playing another game, which I mean, it's might as well just talk about it. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Sure. Let's talk
Every day
about it.
I play Xenoblade Chronicles every day. Well, I try to.
Right.
Like 3 hours a day.
To avoid spoilers, use the timestamps in the description.
I don't know that game. I don't know something about like I've been focused on like side quests. I like doing side quests and the RPGs, trying to like level my characters up using the affinity.
You're probably going to be overpowered if you do a lot of them.
Probably. I mean, also,
Yeah.
right now I'm in chapter 7, no, chapter 8. And I think there's like what 20 something chapters, 17 chapters. So I'm halfway there. And, so yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Hmm. If you're already halfway there, then you've already met most of the characters and everything. So, just in a broad sense, so we don't spoil anything, how are the characters to you, and how's the world immersing you? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know. I really like the characters. They're full of personality. Like every character in the game, like it's unique. You know, they're unique.
Right.
And I feel like I still need because well, I don't know if I'm saying too much, but like, let's say in the game, you know, you build affinity and you see like little cutscenes or whatever.
Sure.
What's it
Sure.
called? Heart to heart.
Yeah, I believe they're called heart to hearts. Yeah.
Like that's why I want to build like the affinity between most of my characters because I want to see more of like their interaction
Mm-hmm.
because I'm really invested in like their relationship. So I wanna see more of that. But I'm really enjoying it.
Always good to hear.
Yeah. It's like I don't know, like this game came out what like originally came out like during the Wii era, right? Like 2000,
Right.
what, 2008?
Uh, it was like 2010 for Japan, and I think it was a little bit later for
Oh,
us, but it
yeah.
was around like 2010, 2011.
Um, but yeah, like the whole like the dialogue between the characters, it's really good. It's really funny.
Yeah,
And then like the world, like it's very different. Like the areas. They, one of the things that I struggled with like a lot of JRPGs, it's that like the world, like the names of the places and the enemies, and, like trying to remember like the names. Because sometimes like the names are very complicated and stuff.
sure.
But with this one, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't bother me as much. It's pretty like easy to grasp.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, I
S-
mean overall, I think it's good. I want to play more.
It's a sign
So
of
I
any
can.
good game. You want to play more.
Yeah, I like exploring.
Oh yeah, exploring that game is a joy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And other than that, I can't play anything. I think.
Awesome.
Oh wait, no, yeah, I have played something else. Nintendo Switch Online. Uh, Playing Donkey Kong Country.
Aha.
Yeah, for the first time, I've never played that.
Okay.
And from what I remember from like the second Donkey Kong Country, I think this one, the first one, it's much more simple. It's simpler.
There's less mechanics that you have to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for some reason, the second one, I feel like it was more. There were more secrets, I guess. But
There's a good amount of secrets in the original.
true. Or maybe it's just like because I'm older now. It's much more straightforward.
Mm.
But I don't know. Hopefully, the second one comes out so I can play it.
So
Yeah.
I would say in the second one there's Dixie, right?
Yeah.
And Dixie, she brings a whole new mechanic with her
With your hair.
ponytail whip thing.
Yeah.
Is that what's kind of throwing you off? You don't really have that extra. It's in the original you're just kind of like jumping and rolling.
Probably it's part of that too. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like the second one, there were there's worlds in the second one where it's where you climb. You go from you start at the bottom and then you go up. Like climbing
Mm-hmm.
ropes.
Hmm.
And for this one, I think I barely reached a level like that, like the fourth world or fifth world.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of Donkey Kong Country too, and
Mhm.
yeah, the levels can go very high up, and then you can fall
Yeah,
very low to the
exactly.
ground. Yeah, I
I
remember
can't
that.
remember. Yeah.
Hmm.
But other than that, I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know if I mentioned like last week, but I was playing Super Mario World. I passed that as well.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I
Wow.
passed Super Mario.
Yo,
That
I
game is
usually
it's perfect. Yes.
yeah, I usually get to like the first overworld map, and then I go to the second one where it's the darker one,
Yeah.
and I usually don't get past that whenever I play.
You
I haven't
probably.
played that fully and since I was small, so maybe one day
Mhm.
I'll go back.
Yeah, I never fully played it. I never fully like passed it. The only time I saw that game like completed was when my dad used to play it.
Hmm.
So that's why I was like encouraged to play it and pass it for the first. It's really fun. Like, It's ageless.
Most definitely.
And that's it.
All right, cool. All right, Jose, I think you're up.
Um, well, for me, it's pretty straightforward. Just Animal Crossing for now. Um, Nothing else has really um, popped up since Luis and I share a Switch. Um, we cannot take turns, so I play some Animal
Sure.
Crossing. He plays, Xenoblade Chronicles for the rest of the time. Um,
All right.
but yeah, I've been entertained. Just terraforming. You know, same old, same old.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
And,
That's about
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, okay. I was just wondering.
Slow.
I kind of felt like you were gonna say something else. Okay, that's cool. As for me, last week I had finished Final Fantasy XIV. So, well, I didn't finish it. I finished the main scenarios. I still have a little bit to go, but I'm gonna revisit that at a at a later time. I played some Apex. Apex is always fun. Dip in, dip out. Get your treasure pack so you can do all the single player missions, as you can call them. And yeah, just fun dipping in and getting that competitive what do you call it, jolt of energy from fighting against other players. Always fun. A little bit of Rogue Company, a little less than Apex. And the big one, I guess, that took over after I finished Final Fantasy XIV was Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I had bought Final Fantasy VII Remake right on release, and I had played it for a good 20 hours or so, and then I went into my Final Fantasy XIV, rabbit hole until like now, actually. I can't believe how long I've been playing that game for. And
Yeah.
yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is is very awesome. It's really awesome. It's the stuff. So I ended the game at a certain part of the game where things started to escalate, and the events that happen in those games and the scenarios that you find yourself in are kind of absurd. Like it's very JRPG. It's a very JRPG. Like a lot of the tropes are there, but they embrace it so well and they present it so well to where you just go with it and you just have fun. You know, it's that kind of a game, and it's so beautiful, and the combat is so like it. I don't feel like there's a combat system that's like it because there's what I like in a video game, which is like the fluid combat using Cloud and Tifa to do like really fast combos and to link in parries and rolls and things like that. But if you do that for the whole game, unless you're like really really good and you're able to dodge everything, you're gonna need to use magic because you'll just get handed to by the enemies that are resistant to physical attacks. So just how the game pushes at you to experiment and not just shoehorn yourself into one style of play. I really appreciate. And yeah, the story beats it's serious when it needs to be serious. It doesn't get overly serious as to like a Last of Us 2, like oh you got to be. It's like a Last of Us 2 like style of dread. But there are serious moments, that you expect from a JRPG. Probably a little bit more darker than usual that you would find. But yeah, I like the balance that they have there. Funny moments, serious moments. The characters are voice acted tremendously well. Yeah, just enjoying my time in the game thoroughly. So I'm glad
Yes.
I picked it back up after so many months.
That game came out what, in March?
April 10th, I believe, was the release date. Yo, the beginning of April was a good time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3 into Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Couldn't ask for much more, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's a good month.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. I guess on the stream we played a bit of Pokken Tournament, and we played Mario Kart.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
really?
that's true. Yes.
Yeah. So Pokken Tournament. It was a fun time. I'm probably not gonna pick it up, but it was fun messing around with it, having fun with you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all right.
yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for me. So let's go ahead and move on to the news segments. The first item on our news segment, we have the Animal Crossing Summer Update number 2. So a lot of these details I'm going to be pulling from Justin from Animal Crossing World. Animal Crossing Summer Update 2, what it contains. The first thing, fireworks show. The fireworks show is going to be happening every Sunday in August. There's also a dreaming mechanic, which allows players to visit a dream version of other players' islands. What you do in a player's dream island won't affect their actual island, so you can go ahead and harvest things and look into the shops, buy things, whatever allows you to do, and it won't affect the actual player's island. There's also an island backup and restoration service that allows players to enable the option to back up their island, provided that they have a Nintendo Online subscription, as described by Rebecca Spear at iMore. And then lastly, like little detail, the game also allows players to remove the HUD while playing without actually glitching the game. This was brought to my attention by James O'Connor at GameSpot, who references a tweet from Animal Crossing World. So those are the big things that are in the update. What are your thoughts about this update, and have you experimented with anything that's become available from this update?
Well, like I said, I did play a little bit, and to I did try out the dreaming thing,
Uh-huh.
but unfortunately, you need the code to be able to go to an island.
Oh,
What's it called? Like a
okay,
dream
okay.
Dream
Yeah,
Coat.
yeah, their Dream Island, whatever. I haven't
Yeah.
played it, so.
Mhm. And we do get to, like, now we have a purpose for the bed for our beds, and
Yeah, I
we
know,
can
right?
actually like go to sleep and do something.
No, it's different bed.
Really?
Yeah, you get a different bed. That's the bed.
I used my bed and I went to.
Oh, I guess you can use your bed too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, uh, and you get to meet like a new character, Luna. I mean,
Cool.
what do you think about it? I mean, it's cool that they're adding more content. Uh, I think what I'm really looking forward to the most is like the fireworks show,
Yeah, those look super
where
cool.
you're gonna be able to customize your fireworks with your designs. So I think that should be fun. Um, what else did they add? They added the dreaming and then fireworks, and there's something else. No?
Dreaming,
No?
fireworks, and backup
Oh, and backup, yeah.
are the big
And I mean
three,
that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's cool too. You be able to save it in your car, right? That's backup.
Yeah, I believe so.
So overall, I mean, I feel like Animal Crossing has so much content waiting to be released in the game, like every month. And, I don't know much about Animal Crossing. This is like the first Animal Crossing I played, but I'm pretty sure there's more characters, there's more things that you could do in past games that are probably gonna come back. So I mean,
Hmm.
I think what Nintendo's trying to do is keep the game fresh, and add more updates every month, so people can still, be interested in the game and keep coming back to it. And I think it's working. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I saw somewhere that like Animal Crossing was still selling very well in Japan. So that game is probably gonna keep selling up until like just another game from Nintendo, which who knows. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I've tried the Dream um, feature. And I did visit like some like other people's island. I just went on Twitter and looked up like random dream codes because people are posting those.
Okay, cool.
And I visited some of them, and I was telling one of our other friends, Cassandra, yesterday, that like the islands that they upload are like really good. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into, creating like the buildings and the cliffs and all that. Um, and that really lowers your confidence in your own island because you start
Okay,
comparing.
okay.
Like my island is trash. It's buns compared to these massive.
You know
Um,
what? You know what? If they're posting it on Twitter, they're confident. That
yeah, I
shows
think
a
so.
certain level of
Yeah,
confidence already.
yeah, that's true because they know that it's good, so
Yeah,
they're not ashamed to share it with everyone. But I
yeah.
mean, other than that, it was a little underwhelming because you just get to walk around the island, talk to the villagers, but that's pretty much it. Like the stores are closed.
Oh, really? You don't get
Um,
to go in the stores or anything?
no, you can enter the
Dang.
houses, the villagers' houses, um, and just walk around the island, but that's pretty much it. So
Hmm.
it's kind of underwhelming.
You don't have your tools,
But
you
yeah,
can like harvest anything or anything like that?
nope.
Oh, okay. I had a different impression. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess it's just to like see the island,
It's like a tour.
experience the island. Yeah.
Interesting.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited overall about the update. It's always exciting.
Yeah.
Something.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. I think, yeah, for me, as somebody who's not very into Animal Crossing, I think I'm going to actually dabble in the creating your own fireworks and see what kind of designs I have and just see them pop up on the in the sky. It might be worthwhile.
Mm, yeah, we'll see how that works.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like a good time to move on to our second big topic, and that is discussing the value of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. All right. So this has been a pretty big sticking point for the past week or so about people wanting others to value Game Pass a little bit more than people are currently. So I wanted to go over what comes with Game Pass Ultimate and to and I want you guys' opinion as to how like your opinion on how valuable the service is or subscription. So this is
Yeah.
what is included in Game Pass Ultimate. I have details from Michael McWhirter from Polygon, and I also got details from Xbox's official website. All right, so with Game Pass Ultimate, this is what you get. Game Pass Ultimate gives players Xbox Live Gold, which is their version of PS Plus, Game Pass, and then starting in September, players are going to be getting xCloud. All right, so I'm going to be detailing what xCloud is in a little bit, and you get all those things for $14.99 per month. xCloud. So what xCloud allows you to do, it allows players to stream Xbox Game Pass games on their Android phone or tablet. xCloud will be able to stream over 100 Xbox Game Pass titles, according to Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox. And also, I checked yesterday on Xbox's website, and there are 383 games on Xbox Game Pass. This includes their first party games and third party games like Batman Arkham Knight, Red Dead Redemption 2, Middle Earth Shadow of War, and A Plague Tale Innocence. And one caveat that I wanted to bring up was it was brought to my attention by a YouTuber by the name of Yang Ye. Um, the listings on the website do have duplicates because they put separate listings for the console and PC versions of the games if they have two versions. All right, so given all that information, what are you guys' thoughts about xCloud? Do you have a interest in it, and do you think it's a good value?
Okay, so um, you said it was 15.99.
Wasn't it like $10?
14.99. So this is with Ultimate. So Game Pass by
Oh,
itself is going to be
ultimately,
cheaper, but this is the bundle altogether.
right. I mean, to me, like even like the regular Game Pass,
Yeah.
it's a good deal, you know. And so I think ultimately like 14.99, it's a good value for what they're giving you. Um, I've saw like throughout YouTube and like Twitter, a lot of people were like um, mentioning that the Game Pass was being overlooked and
Uh-huh.
what they're offering, and I kind of agree with that. Like I think it's kind of a big deal what they're doing for that price. You know, it's like a big, it's it's a good deal. You know,
hmm hmm
Eh, you can play all the games, all Xbox exclusives and other third party games for like 14.99 or $10 and
Yeah. And they
when
also, oh, go ahead.
like whenever you want, you know.
Sure.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that they have that promotional thing where you can do your first month for $1, which is kind of
Right,
insane because you get all that stuff for a month, like any
exactly.
game that you
What?
want. Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
good.
And then like any game, when they did their presentation, they made sure to say that that every game that you see on that presentation, you'll be able to play via gamepad, and that's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
So, do you have a thought? I wanted to say something that I just realized.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say like if you have an Android phone or a tablet and you get Game Pass Ultimate, and then say like me, like I'm pretty much solely only interested a lot in Hellblade 2.
Yeah,
Then if Hellblade 2 comes out and you got an Android phone or a tablet, and you haven't had Xbox yet, you can literally just pay $1 and experience Hellblade. And if you just want it for that month and just have it play it for $1, and then you can just and that's it. You literally don't have to buy a console or anything. If this is how I'm perceiving that it works.
right.
Who does that?
That's
Like who
I
freaking
know
does it?
it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it sets a standard for later. I doubt Nintendo will ever do that.
Nah, I can't see it. I can't see it. Then on the other
But
side, oh, go ahead, go ahead. You go first. You go first. I already talked.
well, so looking at that, it's a good deal, But I also saw a lot of people say like how how sustainable that system is,
hmm
because
hmm
there's gonna come a point where like they might not be able to keep that going, and I don't know, they're probably gonna have to raise prices up, or they were comparing it to Netflix, like the Netflix system,
Uh-huh.
how it started with having a lot of content from like others, like third party content in this case, and then they're gonna have to like it doesn't become as sustainable as it was, so they have to what's it called, to focus on original stuff or like the first party stuff. But I
I
don't
see.
know,
I
like
see.
it's I mean it's a risk what Xbox is doing.
Yeah. I was listening to some podcasts that they had actual people from Xbox that work on this stuff, and they were saying that what they want from this from Game Pass is just people to be part of their Xbox brand, like to get invested into it, so that
Right.
they're saying that word of mouth promotion is the most powerful kind of promotion because say somebody tries it out and they really like it, and then they have one friend that they want to share it with, and then a lot of people start doing that, like their risk, they're anticipating that it will pan out as long as they have the good value, they have some good games that people are interested in, and that word of mouth goes around. They said that that's a risk that they're willing to take to expand their customer base basically.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, I just wanted to give it a shout out here. We don't talk about Xbox that much, so
Yeah. How
I
like are you guys interested in getting next ones? Like from what you've seen so far and like the whole Game Pass thing,
mm,
is it something you may be looking forward to?
getting the actual system, no, because I do plan, well, because I'm doing the streaming thing, and also I like to play some games on my PC. So personally, I'm going to invest down the road in a PC, and then
Yeah.
probably just get Game Pass on it if I really want to play a game. I'm more old school. I like to support the developer like directly. Like in my brain, I'm supporting the developer directly if I get their game and not the whole, pass. I'm saying I like this game, I want this game, I'm gonna give you my money to buy this game. I'm Hellblade 2, I'm gonna give you my money to you directly because that's what I want. I don't know, that's my mentality when I go into it. So, but as for the system itself, no, I'm not that interested in it. What about you guys?
Same with me. Like again, like the whole Game Pass thing is like pretty cool. Uh, but I don't know. I think like a lot of the games, just haven't appealed to me. I guess.
Right, right. I see that.
You know, I wish Xbox success.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the point I wanted to make. Like the Game Pass, like the $50, that's a pretty good deal, but it's like, I mean, we we're at a point where if you are interested in those games that they're offering, you probably already have an Xbox console or have invested in, I don't know. Well, I mean, PC in this case is another option. But like, how effective will this be to draw in like new um, consumers?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess that's something that we'll have to see. But I don't know. The way I see it is, people who are already playing PC games or who are Xbox owners. Um, Obviously, they're the ones they're gonna invest in this probably in this Game Pass.
Right.
But
I see that.
any new person who hasn't played these games, I mean, they haven't played these games or they haven't actually bought these games for a reason, right? And it's probably because it doesn't appeal to them or they're not interested. Um, I mean, I don't know. It could be, I mean, the price factor could also affect it and
Yeah.
they'll see it and be like, oh, well, this is a good deal. Um, and then you also raised a good point about, you know, uh, helping out the developers directly. Um, it'd be interesting to see how it affects um, how much revenue they're getting, like how all of that works, like how
Mm.
the financial stuff works. Um, are they gaining more? Are they gaining less? Um,
Um,
it's something to look into.
yeah. From my like vague understanding of it, like I can be off base here, but from what I've heard or from what I gathered is that to be on once when they're on Game Pass, I think that Microsoft gives them on because of the deal for being on Game Pass, they give them
Right.
like money to supplement the cost or what they're losing because they're not uh, they're not the typical game where they're on the market selling for $60. Those sales that they would miss out on because people are opting for
Yeah.
Game Pass. So Microsoft is making it up there for the most part. I don't know how much to like what extent.
Hmm.
And then people who are interested in that game, and there's probably people out there that don't want to keep getting their subscription, but they want to keep playing that game, and they might spend money on that game rather than stay on the service or things like that. It's more about
Right.
exposure, I believe, than
That's good. You're right.
yeah. And
Makes
then
sense.
yeah, the final point that I wanted to make is just For me, I think I'm more of, I don't know if I'm a special case or not, but Microsoft lowering the barrier of entry to play games like Halo, um, was it Sunset Overdrive, things like that, that I had a path that I was interested in, but I passed on it because I wasn't interested enough to get a console for. That 14.99 a month and that $1 to get into it right off the bat. Once I don't have games to play, like once I'm done with Final Fantasy VII Remake, once I'm done with Ghost of Tsushima, if nothing really catches my eye on the systems, and then I want something to play, that $1 a month and that 14.99 doesn't seem like a bad deal to go into those interests that I had previously, but
Right.
I just didn't get it
So
because I didn't want to spend the money to play those games.
exactly, and it's such a good deal, you know. And there's so many games you can play.
Yeah. Yeah, like a Plague Tale. I wanted to play a Plague Tale, and that game's like, I think, was it like 39.99 usually around there? Sometimes it's on sale, and you can just play it for $1 whenever you wanted to. Once you know, on your phone, once XCloud comes out on it and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
I like the perspectives that you guys bring because I'm kind of interested in Xbox, and then Luis is probably a little bit less so, and then Jose, he's kind of farther away from it. So I like
yeah.
seeing the different perspectives coming together. All right. Well, that was a big. Excuse me. That was kind of nasty. All right. Going forward, we have a little bit of news to cover. These I anticipate to be a little bit brief, but we're gonna cover them anyway because I thought they were pretty significant. The first thing, Cuphead came to PlayStation on July 28th. I don't know if you guys caught that. Do you guys have any thoughts about Cuphead being on pretty much every platform now when it was only on Xbox and PC for a good amount of time?
Well, I mean, I'm glad because the studio behind it, it's an independent studio basically. Um,
Yeah.
and I guess they had a deal with Microsoft to have their game on their console for like so and so, like whatever, however much time they wanted it there. But I mean, from what I've heard, like Cuphead is one. It's a very it's a very good game and it got a lot of praise from everyone. So I'm always, you know, I'm always gonna encourage like the idea that like people should play or should be given the chance to play these kinds of games, especially like indie games. Because I mean, it's I feel like people should be able to experience it in whatever console they want. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's cool that Xbox, I mean, PlayStation is also getting copied.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
total agreement there.
But that's kind of cool. Like, I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
it's weird to see uh, Cuphead costumes in Smash, but then be able to play like a PS4. You know,
Hmm.
it's a similar case with like Shovel Knight, I guess. Because Shovel Knight, pretty sure it came on PlayStation as well. It came to Nintendo first, and then PlayStation. If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. I'm not sure. I don't follow Shovel Knight that way, but yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
So I mean,
good for the studio. Good for the people that get to play it on PlayStation.
I mean, we'll see what they bring. I mean, like it's most likely that they'll release like a sequel, no, for its popularity. So,
they're working on a DLC, so
oh really?
yeah,
Didn't
Yeah,
they already
yeah.
have one?
they announced it, but it hasn't been released.
Oh, I mean, but it's always nice to see like a new franchise kind of, you know, be born, be in the spotlight. So the more franchises, the more things that people are can look forward to. So it's always good. It's always cool.
Most definitely. Moving on to the next story. This is kind of a story, kind of it depends if you guys have input, but the Marvel Avengers game that's going to be coming out pretty soon. They got another presentation going more in depth about what the game's going to be about and the systems, what kind of modes you can expect, and they're going to be releasing a beta. So here are the beta details from Square Enix. So the beta is going to be starting on August 7th and it's going to be going through August 9th for people who pre-order the game on PlayStation. The preload will be available the day before. There's going to be another section for the beta. It's going to be a PlayStation Open beta for PlayStation owners, and for Xbox and PC, if you pre-order it on those platforms, that's going to be going from August 14th through August 16th, and the preload will be available the day before. And then lastly, from August 21st through August 23rd, is going to be an open beta for everybody, and the preload will be available the day before. Important thing to note is that the times are not listed on their site at this time. So if you're interested, stay on the lookout for that. And yeah, the beta is supposed to be pretty substantial. You get to play through the A-Day um, mission that they showed off at the E3 last year, and you get to do some other missions that I don't have detailed here, but they look pretty cool. So, what do you guys think about the beta? Are you guys excited for the game or the beta?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I want to try it out. Uh, I haven't seen the latest update, the war table thing.
Right,
I
yeah.
didn't see that. But I heard that it looks better. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks pretty
I,
cool.
I
You gotta
need to
check it
see
out.
it. Yeah. Um, but from the previous war table, the little presentation they gave, it wasn't really that interesting to me. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Like I guess I was expecting a different kind of game. But again, uh, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm ever since. Well, I'm a huge fan of like the MCU, so I like the superheroes. I like the whole genre. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always it was a game that I was interested in. So I'm willing to try it and see how it plays. But yeah, I definitely need to see that presentation. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm over it, honestly. It's
Um,
I think it's just I don't know, like the timing is just off. I think,
you think the timing's off?
yeah, like I don't know, like Marvel, like the Avengers, it's just kind of. I feel like it reached its peak. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the people who are like huge fans of that are obviously looking forward to it. Uh, but I think like, well, I don't know. It's hard to say because I mean, at the end of the day, it is a game. It's separate from the movies.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and so looking at it like that, like as an actual video game, I mean, there's always gonna be hype for a new video game, whatever it is.
Sure.
So, I mean, who knows? We'll see. But I personally not hyped.
Jose, you're gonna jump on it with us. Don't even trip. We got you.
Over it.
Unless we run into the generation problem that you need PS Plus, which makes people, blocks people out. But I don't know if that's true or not. But hopefully we don't need PS Plus. But it's yet to be seen. All right. So the last news item that I wanted to bring up is Halo Infinite multiplayer will be free to play as confirmed by multiple sources. So the multiplayer component of Halo Infinite is going to be free to play. People can jump in without actually buying the actual game. So just a real quick tidbit there. People lowering that's again lowering the barrier of entry, getting more people into Halo than there already is. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little confused about that. So they're saying it's free to play, and you don't need an account, right? Like an Xbox Gold or what's it called?
Uh,
The Xbox Gold Live.
Xbox, yeah, Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so you'll be able to play multiplayer from your Xbox.
I would,
Like anyone can play it.
from what I understand, it's going to be coming out on Xbox and PC. So Xbox and PC players don't need to buy the game to play the multiplayer. I don't know if you need Xbox Gold though. That's a good question. Usually when you say free to play, then free to play kind of insinuates that you don't need that. But let me see if I can look that up real quick. Actually,
Yeah, because
Halo.
I saw this news and I was like, I was a little like confused.
Yeah, that's always the caveat that kind of takes the air out of the announcement.
Because I
Hmm.
mean, Halo is like a first-person game, You rarely hear free to play for first person. I mean, first party
Hmm. Hmm.
video game. So I don't know. I was confused.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't really have. There's a Eurogamer thing here. Let's see what they say.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit from Eurogamer. Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips wrote the article on Eurogamer. So let's see. There's no word on how the mode will be monetized, referring to the free-to-play Halo Infinite game, or free-to-play Halo Infinite multiplayer. There's no word on how the mode may be monetized, or how it fits into the other whispers about Xbox Live Gold no longer required to play free-to-play games. So it seems like people are not sure yet if you need it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a good question.
I guess we'll get more details soon or
Yeah, we'll
later.
get more details. We'll get more details. All right, so that's gonna do it for the news this week. We do have time left over, so how do you guys feel about going over the game of the year nominees for 2018 and 2019? You guys in?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. So in a podcast, I don't know how long ago, we did it for the generation so far. So 2013, 20 was it 2013? It was 2013 or
Yeah.
2014 all the way to 2017. So we haven't done 2018 or 2019 yet, so we're gonna do that right now. All right, so all right,
Sound
so
effect.
let's go ahead and get it started. So the Game of the Year nominees for 2018, I got these from Wikipedia entries for 2018 and 2019. All right, so the nominees, they are God of War from Santa Monica Studio, Assassin's Creed Odyssey from Ubisoft, Celeste from Matt Makes Games, Marvel's Spider-Man from Insomniac Games, Monster Hunter World from Capcom, and Red Dead Redemption 2 from Rockstar Games. And then, as you guys probably already know, God of War did win Game of the Year that year.
Really?
Yeah,
Christ.
Yes. What do you mean?
I thought it
yeah.
would have been Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah?
Of
Red
course, I mean,
Dead Redemption.
I saw more people talk about Red Dead Redemption.
God of War. God of War was praised. Stop.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good game. Okay.
It's like the people that are going hard for The Last of Us 2. Just imagine that without the people that are not going hard for The Last of Us 2. Just everybody going hard for a game. That's how it was. But yeah. Um it was a pretty good year. I didn't play God of War. It didn't really pique my interest. I still haven't gotten around to it, even though I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really? Right.
yeah. I played.
I
I
want to get
played.
it.
Yeah, yeah. It's on
Yeah.
sale a
I
lot,
want to get
and I know you're playing Xenoblade right now, so
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing Final
Yeah, I want
Fantasy
to get a bunch of
7.
like PlayStation 4. Are you gonna talk right away?
My bad, my bad, my bad.
Nah, nah, it's okay.
You're good, you're
And
good.
just really quick, I said I was gonna play. I want to get a bunch of PlayStation 4 games.
Mm.
Uh, they were critically acclaimed, like God of War or like Spider-Man and Horizon. So hopefully, like on Black Friday or something, there's deals. And I'll get them.
Right. So, yeah, 2017 Horizon came out, God of War, Spider-Man. Those are pretty good games to start on. Pretty good games. Shout out to Monster Hunter World. I believe that game really brought people into the Monster Hunter universe. It did for me, and it made me appreciate the older games to go back to the Switch version that came out. Uh, I think in
Yeah,
2019. I don't know when it came out on the Switch for us, but it may have been 2018.
20. I
But
think it
yeah,
was 2018.
okay, 2018. Yeah. So shout out to Spider-Man 2. Shout out to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I enjoyed all those games very much. All right, ready to go on to 2019?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so 2019, the Game of the Year nominees for 2019: Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice from Software. That was a tongue
From
twister.
top.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Software. Control from Remedy Entertainment. Death Stranding, Kojima Productions. Resident Evil 2 Remake, Capcom. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate by Bandai Namco, Sora Limited, and Nintendo. And The Outer Worlds by Obsidian. Okay, so those were the regular, Game of the Year nominees. There's also player choice nominees that we'll get into. I guess I can list them
Let's
right
go.
now.
Oh,
So
baby.
the the player choice ones were Fire Emblem Three Houses by Intelligent Systems, Koei Tecmo, and Nintendo. Death Stranding, Kojima Productions. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Respawn Entertainment. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate by Bandai Namco, Sora Limited, and Nintendo. All right, so
This
those are
was a
good.
pretty good year, I think. Like there were a lot of big contenders the year, I think.
Oh heck yeah, this this is a really good year too.
Who
Any of those
won?
stand out to you guys? Oh yeah, the winners, the winners. You're right. So Game of the Year for 2019 was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, and for the Player's Choice, it was Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Tried.
Shout out.
um, I don't know. What farm? Yeah, so amazing that you have not yes.
Yeah, Fire Emblem was an amazing game in 2019. I'm so glad I played it. I almost missed it. If it wasn't a birthday present, I probably would have missed it.
Damn.
um, well, I mean, I think the right game won. You don't?
I don't know. I've never played any of those.
Right. So yeah, the only one we played was what Super Smash Brothers. Um,
Smash,
And
Death
also,
Stranding. You guys have secondhand information about Death Stranding?
all right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's trending deserved to. I mean, I just, um, I've never played personally like any of those games except for Super
Sure,
Smash Brothers, but
sure,
I
sure.
know like the praise that Sekiro got. Um,
Hmm.
so I mean, it was kind of like it wasn't a surprise that they won. Um, I did feel like Death Stranding was kind of like a up there as well, a possibility of winning. Um, but from what I've seen from the game, our younger brother played it. I don't, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal.
It's different.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could praise it that it's different. Like it's not your typical, you know, predictable, I guess you could say, game.
Hmm.
Um, as far as the fan favorite goes, I absolutely agree with the winner, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think I think like a franchise is so lucky if they ever get an entry in their in their franchise that is able to draw in new people. Um, and I think that's what Fire Emblem Three Houses did. I think it exposed the game or the franchise to people who have never played the game before. And I know when it first came out, a lot of longtime fans pointed out that it was kind of different from the past games.
Hmm.
So, um, we'll have to wait and see if the people who were drawn into this game will stick around if they return to form in future games. But I
Sure.
think as far as mechanics go, as far as the quality of the storyline, characters, um, I think that's what really stands out from the game. And if future games are anything like this, I'm pretty sure people are gonna stay. I know from this point forward, I'm gonna be looking forward to Fire Emblem entries, um,
Preach, my man.
just because, just because of how good Three Houses was, how enjoyable it was, um, and yeah, I think it's a really good game, really solid game, and I'm glad that it won.
It should have been a go-to contender, but anyways,
Yeah, I got
That's right.
shafted. I got shafted.
yeah.
Just
But
real.
yeah, similarly to play, I guess
Yeah.
from from software, they're known to produce like quality games, and so it's really not that surprising that they won. Um, I do think that I think out of all of the games, Sekiro was probably like the game that like a lot of people liked, but I didn't really see a lot of hype around it.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Not as much as like Bloodborne or like the Dark Souls game. But I mean, I'm sure it's like a quality game. I saw a lot of praise for the combat and like the mechanics in the game.
Sekiro's amazing. Sekiro's actually
Yeah,
amazing. I love that game a lot. I don't want to go back to it anytime soon because it beats. I don't want to curse. It it hands you the buttocks multiple times,
yeah.
and you kind of want to take a break from it. But I would say the greatest strength of Sekiro is kind of is I don't know. I probably overuse this word a lot, but the vibes, the setting, like I
Setting.
think the team even outside of Sekiro just nails their setting so well that you just kind of feel like you're in the world, like you're immersed. Like I think that's like priority number one for them. Like good combat, excellent combat, and immerse the player in the world. And I think um, they don't do those things amazingly well. I'm probably close to second to none because even with Ghost of Tsushima, the combat, Sekiro, it just feels so nice to parry something. It's yeah, it's really no contest because it's just you feel the impact. You feel the impact and you feel those strikes really connecting and just all the mechanics that you have at your disposal. And the story just melds really well in the environmental storytelling, and there are also cutscenes and things like that to sink your teeth into, which is something like previous From Software games didn't have too much of. So it's kind of a blend that I really appreciated.
Hmm, it's cool.
Yeah,
And then, well, Fire Emblem. What more do you need to say?
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
game of the decade.
Jose said a lot. He said a lot. I think he said it all. I agree with what Jose
Yeah.
said. Smash Ultimate, I believe it was a victim to its release date, which came out actually in 2018, and all the hype was in that
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
not
I mean,
all
do
of
you
it, but
think
most
the
of it.
Super Smash Bros. Game um, like is a good contender for Game of the Year at any point? At
Um,
any
I feel like there's a lot of people in for Smash, but I feel like there's just enough people that aren't in to where it won't probably win something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something about Smash. It's amazing that everybody should play it and everybody has fun playing it, but I don't think a lot of people that are in charge of doing, Game of the Year are going to give it that nod, even though it deserves it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has that sort of how do I say this?
The first thing I thought of was stigma, but I don't think that's what it is. There's a better word for it.
Yeah, it's not really stigma, but it's more of like a like
Preconception? I
oh
don't know.
that's like it's not taken seriously, I guess, maybe in that sense.
Yeah,
Um, you know how award shows are like, oh, it has to be, there's like a standard, an unsaid standard of what should be nominated and what shouldn't be nominated.
sure.
Um,
Yeah.
and I think maybe that's what Super Smash Brothers kind of gives off. It's a good game though. Like, I mean, it brings like a lot of these video game icons, something that nobody else has been able to replicate.
Hmm.
Not even Sony's all-star game.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
so and that deserves praise. That deserves some sort of recognition.
We're doing it right
But
now. We're shouting it out.
uh, shout out to Sakurai.
Yeah. My co-host, if my co-host was around, I don't know if he is or not. He'd probably give a shout out to Resident Evil 2.
That's true. And I mean that game too. I mean it deserves. I think it was so good that it affected the next game that came,
Yeah, yeah,
which is a whole other conversation. But um,
yeah.
I think it's Resident Evil 2. I think it set a good example of what a good remake is supposed to do.
Hmm.
And it set kind of set that standard for remakes. Um, so that I mean, I think it deserved a nomination as well. It was definitely one of the standouts that
Yeah.
you could argue you should. I don't know about
Okay. All right. So that's the Game of the Year nominees for 2019. Any final thoughts before we do the last thing that I have in mind is what is your guys' favorite game of 2020 so far? So any last thoughts on 2019 before we do that?
that. No,
No? All right.
it's just so far
So
away. It's just
2019.
yeah, it feels like oh that was like last decade, but it's because of the quarantine and all this.
I feel like
It's just
Resident Evil 3 remake came out in 2019.
right,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's kind of a blur. Everything's a blur, but
Yeah.
that's more.
Okay. All right. So I didn't really prep you guys for this one, I guess, but favorite game of 2020 so far. Um, do you guys have something right off the bat that you want to mention? Because I'm kind of torn right now.
Mm, the Xenoblade Chronicles count.
Definitive edition.
I don't think that counts.
I think make it counts.
I'd count it.
I mean, that's just definitely a standout. I mean, you've played The Last of Us too.
Yeah,
Is that a?
I'm trying to think what
That
else
was
I
a bit.
play.
I mean, the games we play are pretty limited though, so I think we're not.
But I mean, this year has been pretty limited though.
That's true.
A lot of bangers came out that came out this year in April around there. Um, I was torn between Final Fantasy VII and Ghost of Tsushima. If I had to choose one, if I had to take one and drop another, I'm gonna give the nod to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the nod there because because it gives more variety. So far, I haven't played a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, but the variety in combat and the vibes of and the storytelling that's present in Final Fantasy VII, I'd take every time over Ghost of Tsushima. Even though, Ghost of Tsushima is amazing in its own right. If I had to choose between my babies, I'd choose Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know. I mean, I'd say I don't know.
What else came out this year? There's Animal Crossing. There's Last of Us.
Last of Us 2,
That's true. Animal Crossing.
RE3, Xenoblade,
RE3. I'm gonna give a
Ghost of
quick
Tsushima.
shout out to RE3 Remake. That was my game of the year before I played more Final Fantasy VII and
Yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima, which I would pick over. I would pick those two games over Remake.
RE3.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll give it to Animal Crossing. I
All right,
forgot about
give him some Animal Crossing love
it. um,
at the expense of Xenoblade. We're no longer friends.
well, Xenoblade can have the Year 8 original.
Okay, sure. All right, we're friends again.
But I think Animal Crossing, I don't know. I think it came out at like a really good time. I mean, obviously we're not going through a good time in the world right now. But with the pandemic going on and everyone kind of staying in, um, I think Animal Crossing kind of was like the perfect game to kind of allow people to um, go out, I guess. But obviously in game. Um, and I don't know. I think that deserves praise. Just that it was able to kind of provide an outlet for people in that sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, it's still going strong. I mean, it's still a top seller. So, bravo, Animal Crossing. I'm here to defend them.
Animal Crossing makes a lot of people happy, and
That's
shout
right.
out for doing that. At the end of the day, that's what humanity needs.
That is a GotY material. Anyways,
Maybe.
I would argue, yeah, in a way.
okay.
Okay, who would you hear to? You still thinking?
Doom Eternal. Nah, it's kidding. Yeah.
Doom Eternal did not make any dent.
But I haven't played that game.
Oh right, I forgot about Doom Eternal. Oh my goodness.
And Doom Eternal
Wow.
came out this year.
Wow.
What came out in February and January?
Let me go ahead and pull up what came out in 2020 real quick.
No, Luigi's Mansion was last year.
Dude, I'm telling you.
October 31st.
All right, so where am I at? Da, 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 da. Yeah. So Animal Crossing from Jose. Um, Final Fantasy VII Remake gets the nod for me so far, and then Weege, you haven't really stuck to something yet.
Yeah.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE came out in January.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
thinking of because I knew a port was released on the Switch, but
All right. I'm referencing a article from Game Informer, from the Game Informer staff. So let's see, what else is there? I'm just doing a quick scan. February was kind of light.
yeah, no big releases.
Yeah, February was kind of light. Um, March, Half-Life Alex, we did not play that. At least I didn't.
That game got a lot of praise too.
Yeah. Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out, dude.
Wait, did you buy that game?
No. but I wanted to give it a shout out. Uh, April, I kind of covered it with, we kind of covered April. May, nothing really in May it seems. Yeah, I think we've got everything that big came out is in our heads. So
What a
you
sad.
you ain't got you don't have anything, you don't have anything off the cuff, Luis, just real quick.
Like a game that stands out,
Yeah,
probably, I guess, yeah, I have to agree. Animal Crossing,
Animal Crossing so
uh,
far.
yeah, from what it did. I mean, I guess kind of a shout out to The Last of Us 2. Even though it was controversial, I think the game did a lot of. There was a lot of good in the game. Um, it has its flaws though, so I don't know. For me, it's not like the best game so far, and I
Mm,
haven't played the other.
for sure.
So yeah,
Uh,
Animal Crossing.
Real quick, Paper Mario came out. I forgot about that
The
too.
what?
Paper Mario.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right. So shouts out to Animal Crossing, and for me, Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right, so that's gonna do it for the main portion of our podcast. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our game that we do every week, and that game is Pass or Play. So how Pass or Play works is that one of us gets, or a few of us get a, or couple, get a, we get a quote from the back of a box, and then we present that quote to the panelists, and the panelists have to say whether they'll play the game, and if they can guess the game, they have to guess it as well. All right, so this time I have a quote, and also my co-host Andres also has a quote. So I'll go ahead and go first. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Listen up. The future is now. Are you with us? Join the ranks of a legendary force of soldiers, scientists, adventurers, and oddities known as Blank. Choose your hero and clash on the battlefields of tomorrow. Bend time, defy physics, and wield extraordinary powers in this shooter. Switch heroes on the fly and change the course of battle. Unleash incredible powers like Dragon Strike, Transcendence, Graviton Surge, and many more. End of quote.
What? Never heard of that. So it's a shooter.
Yeah, I had to be careful with the hints.
I'm trying to think. What the heck? Um, well, I mean, right off the bat, since it's a shooter, I'm not really a big fan of shooters. Shooters. But there seems to be like some sort of like magic element to it. Or am I
Yeah, it's
like a
not.
fantasy?
I didn't want to give away what kind of shooter it is, but it's not your typical Call of Duty
Okay.
shooter.
Hmm. But yeah, like I mentioned, like based on what the description that you provided, it does give off like some sort of like fantasy type
Mhm.
vibe.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Um, and based off of that, I'd probably play it. I have no idea what game it is.
Okay. I'll take the play though. Maybe one day we'll make it happen. I do have this game.
Can you repeat the quote again,
Sure.
really quick?
The future is now. Are you with us? Join the ranks of a legendary force of soldiers, scientists, adventurers, and oddities known as Blank. Choose your hero and clash on the battlefields of tomorrow. Bend time, defy physics, and wield extraordinary powers in this shooter. Switch heroes on the fly and change the course of battle. Unleash incredible powers like Dragon Strike, Transcendence, Graviton Surge, and many more.
Graviton Surge. Okay, I think I know what it is,
Okay. Wait, hold on, hold
but
on.
I
Yeah.
could be completely wrong.
Okay, let Luis do it and then you can say what you think.
Um, I'll play it. I'll play it based on the type of game that you're describing.
Okay.
Um, Damn, but I'm trying to figure out what game it is, and I just can't seem to.
Jose, go ahead, chime in.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm probably way off, but for some reason, like the word scientist kind of popped up.
Okay.
But I don't even know. I think it's Overwatch.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess. What do you think about that, Luis? Do you think it's Overwatch?
That's what I was thinking, but uh, well, actually, the thing that's making me like think about it. It's like you said you can change heroes
The flag.
on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what game does that? Like, what do you mean change heroes? Like, you're playing and then you can switch to another hero?
So you can't switch mid battle, but you can switch during the match.
Oh, okay. And it could be Overwatch. Yeah, it's probably Overwatch.
We play it?
Yeah, I'll play it.
Okay, so I got 2 plays, and y'all were right. It is Overwatch. Dang, that was a good sniff, Jose. I did not expect Jose to sniff it out. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was like scientist, and for some reason I thought of Tracer. Even though Tracer is Tracer a scientist? No,
No, I don't know. I don't know.
but
Winston,
like
Winston, the monkey, is a scientist.
um, some like. But
Yeah.
yeah, I played it once.
Yo, if we all had Overwatch and we were playing together, that'd be so fun. Genji all day.
Kenji.
Genji.
He's another guy with like multiple arms.
No, that's I forget his name, but he's a healer. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Genji's the one with the sword.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't played Overwatch since 2016.
Yeah, the year it came out.
Yeah. Okay.
2016?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're all ready.
Okay,
Whenever
we're ready.
you are.
Okay. The epic battle for survival. In a dying world, legend has it that a chosen one will one day rise from amongst the people of the land and will be reborn. The line between good and evil blurs in this epic adventure, where the fate of two interlocked worlds hang in the balance.
Huh.
Okay, here there's a little bit. It's not really like relevant to the plot, but there's more. Okay.
Mhm.
One of the fiercest, most action-packed battle systems ever created, where up to 4 players can fight simultaneously. Combine hundreds of special attacks, enter a world of high-quality scenes, and become absorbed in endearing cel-shaded characters.
Ooh, cell shaded. Huh. I'm gonna tell you off the bat right now. I'm gonna play it.
Okay,
That sounds like a Tells Up game.
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, yeah, I'll play it.
I mean, right off the bat, when you said 4 players simultaneously, I thought of a Telltale game. Um, but which one is self-shaded? um, I would play it. I would play it as well. I mean, the RPGs are. I think it's a Telltale game. I don't know which one.
Okay.
Ah, can you read the plot quote one more time?
Okay. The epic battle for survival. In a dying world, legend has it that a chosen one will one day rise from amongst the people, and the land will be reborn. The line between good and evil blurs in this epic adventure where the fate of two interlocked worlds hang in the balance.
Hmm. Okay. Two interlocked worlds.
Yeah, that's literally like the plot of like every single Tales of game. So that tells
Yeah.
you nothing.
It
That tells
doesn't
you
Okay.
mean
nothing.
Okay. Just just because can't think of anything else, I'm gonna go Tales of, and I'm gonna give a specific one. I'm gonna say Berseria,
Okay.
and yes, I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna pay it. I know it's a Telltale game. I don't know. There's so many Telltale Symphonia or something.
Okay. So yes, 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 and yes.
Yes, three plays.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was Tales of Symphonia.
Oh damn! What?
What?
Yes.
I'm so
I'm
sad. I
so
actually played it a
I'm
little
so
bit.
I'm so mad at all of you because like how many times have I has like chosen one been brought up in Tales of Symphonia?
Hmm.
I think the name's between.
I know. It's just the name.
Yeah.
That one
Wow.
for sure.
My chance to say Symphonia and I didn't say it. That's crazy.
Are you okay?
Foolish, foolish boy.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I
Okay, I'm
guess
going
it.
back to sleep. I'm going
All
back to
right.
sleep.
All right. Very well. Thank you. Thank you.
No, what were you gonna say? Tell me.
No, I was gonna transition to the end.
Oh,
All right, so that's going to do it for our podcast. This has been Roll Jump Media. If you like to follow us on social media, you may. We are on many different platforms, so go ahead and look us up. Type in Roll Jump Media and your platform, and we're most likely on it. We also stream on Twitch and post YouTube videos, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching, and my co hosts and panelists, do you have something to say to the audience before we head out?
Thank you for tuning in.
Play games.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. See you
why don't you tell
guys.
them? Why don't you tell them any more angrily? Play games. It almost sounds like you're accosting them of like, "Whoa, you have free time right now and you're listening to us. Why are you playing? Why are you listening to us? Play the game."
Now, yeah, assuming they just finished listening to a podcast, go play games. Yeah.
All right. I feel that. I feel that. All right. See you all next time.